In today's video, I'm going to show you how I got this crochet installed that makes the perfect ponytail. And if you're looking for something you can do without having to use heat for my curly natural girls, this is the one. Today's video is in partnership with My First Wig. They sent me 4 packs of their 20-inch curly feather crochet hair in the 3B 3C texture. It's giving more like 3C 4A to me, but the texture is gorgeous if you have like a looser curl pattern, maybe even a little heat damage. Y'all know I'm on the heat damaged spectrum, okay? But my hair came out gorgeous. I'm literally obsessed with it. I'm about to go out right now. So if you want to see how I got this look, then let's get into it. Because I feel so cute. I look like Princess Tiana with no tan. Mind your business. Let's get into it. All right, boo. So my hair has been washed and that's it. Well, I washed it, I deep conditioned it. I used the L'Oreal, I don't feel like running upstairs, y'all, but I believe I used the L'Oreal glycolic shampoo and conditioner in the shower. But if that's not right, I'll link it down below. I also followed that up with a little bit of, I believe, the Shea Moisture Protein deep conditioning treatment. And then I let the deep conditioner sit for maybe 4 or 5 hours. I really needed a good deep condition. Then I went ahead, rinsed her out, and I applied just regular coconut oil, cooking coconut oil. I put it all over my body, and I also put it on my scalp and massaged it in and put my hair into 4 twists that I just took down because it gave very much, let me borrow your microwave. And now we're here. So my hair is clean. It is ever so slightly moisturized, but child, we're gonna do something about that. For today's style, I think it will be a lot easier for me to do if I blow dry my hair out just a touch, just a taste. It'll be a lot easier to braid and just to work with in general. And we have to get a nice solid braided base for today's video. So let's get into it. Now, as my leave-in / heat protectant, I'm gonna use this Paul Mitchell Clean Beauty Heat Styling Spray. It's my first time trying it. We're gonna see how I feel about it, but I really do want to focus a lot more on clean beauty products, clean makeup, clean skincare, just cleaner products in general. The more you know, the more I get a little scared. I feel like everything is trying to kill me, especially as a Black woman. Lord have mercy. You know what I mean? Hello, have you or your loved ones ever breathed fresh air? Because if not, you're gonna get mesothelioma. I feel like everything is literally trying to kill us these days. So we're gonna give a little clean beauty moment today. And I will link this down below as well if I can find it. But I told y'all, I'm about to be trying out new hair products. So I need recommendations. What's your favorite leave-in? What's your favorite deep conditioner? I do not play about a hair mask. What's your favorite shampoo? Where are you at with it right now? Teach me your ways. I'm teaching y'all the techniques. Y'all gotta put me on to the new products because I am a creature of habit, and once I like something, I will literally use it to the floor. I've been on the Mielle bad for years. I need to email them. Mielle, holla at your girl. I love the Rosemary Mint line, and I also love the leave-in conditioner that I normally use. I will try to link it down below as well. But we're trying something new today. We're expanding our horizons. So I'm going to split my hair into 4 sections, apply a little bit of this, and then I'm gonna blow it out. Not straight, we're not going for silk press blowout. I just want my hair to be nice and detangled and easy to work with for this style. So BRB. And of course, for my blow dryer, I'm gonna use my Chi travel blow dryer that has been used and abused over the last few years. I need to get a new one. My poor baby is just going through it, but that's neither here nor there. I'm gonna use this, and I also like to use these little expanding brushes when I'm blow drying my hair. In my mind, the air is going through it, so my hair is drying faster, as opposed to something like this where the water gets trapped in here, and in my mind it just takes a little bit longer. I could be making that up. That's very possible. That's within the realms of possibility for sure, but to me, it's true. So try it out, let me know if I'm tweaking. And my hair is relatively thick, so I like to split my hair into 4 sections, and then I break that. And then I break each quadrant into 2 sections. So essentially I'm blow drying my hair in 8 parts. It's not that complicated, but it works for me. If you have thinner or shorter hair, you might not have to do all of that, but I'm gonna take 3 pumps of this leave-in and rub it through my hair. I never really spray things directly onto my hair because I like to feel and make sure that the product is all throughout the section. And when you just spray it on there, you can't really tell. It smells like roses or some floral. It smells really pretty, but not in a synthetic kind of way. I really like that. It smells like pretty and floral. And not that I'm big on fragrance in my beauty products, I literally could care less. Specifically for skincare, I prefer it not to have fragrance, but clean beauty be giving a little hit or miss sometimes, and that smells beautiful. I like that. And again, my hair is already dry, so I'm not really trying to silk her out. I just want it to be nice and manageable and extremely detangled. Because especially when I twist out the ends of my hair, the roots tend to get a little tangled. So I just want everything to be nice and manageable, clean, just a nice little blank canvas situation. Right, my hair is dry. It's giving Diana Ross tea, if I do say so myself. I'm not mad at it. But we need to go ahead and get into the braid pattern because of course we're doing a crochet install today, and I really wanted to give sew-in vibes. But the good thing about crochet, whereas you're sewing a track down, all the hair is connected to the track, it barely moves up and down, a little side to side. The crochet are very free, each one is individual. It just has so much body and movement that I love. But like I said, let's go ahead and get into this braid pattern now. Unfortunately, I am a creature of habit, and as much as a little deep side part situation will probably be gorgeous, I'm a middle part girly pop, and it's in me, not on me. I can't change, child. I can't change. So we need to go ahead and part out our middle leave out, and I also want to have leave out all the way around the edges because this is a style I want to be able to wear to the gym. Hence why I went for curly hair rather than straight. I've been taking lots of heated yoga classes. It's getting hot in general. Child, I don't have time for no shenanigans. So we're gonna go ahead and part out my deep middle part. I do not want no little shiesty 2-inch part, baby. I want it to go all the way to the back. So we're gonna go ahead and part out my middle part leave out as well as my edges, and then I'll be back before we actually start the braiding pattern. Now, I want to leave out a moderate amount of hair, not too much, but just enough to cover everything up nicely. That is not in the middle, is it? No, I don't think so. Hold on, child. And see, now that's too much. I need half of this, but actually centered. So let's try to figure that out. So I have all of my leave out braided out of the way. I have my edges in the front out. I have my edges in the back out for a ponytail. And then of course I have, whew, child, can't breathe. And then of course I also have my middle part section separated out. All of this gotta get braided up immediately. So let me lift y'all up so we can get into this braid pattern. Now, I'm thinking we go simple. I need my ends clipped. I need my hair cut, honestly. Anyway, that's neither here nor there. So for my braiding pattern, I want to go super simple. So it's gonna give straight backs, but not really. Let me show you exactly what I mean. So I want a braid going parallel to my part here. And then I'm thinking I want a braid going parallel to the edges, but I'm not sure. Do I want a part going parallel to the edges? I don't necessarily need that. So we're gonna start over here on this side, and I'm not gonna do my braids super small. I want them to be reasonable, but they don't have to be perfect. Especially since we're doing a curly crochet style, we actually do have quite a bit of wiggle room. I want the style to be seamless though, so the first braid I'm gonna focus on creating almost a perimeter braid. So I have the first braid on this side going back and across the bottom, and now I'm gonna do the exact same thing on this side. And by doing that, we're creating a nice perimeter braid that's gonna make our ponytail nice and smooth. We do not want no lumpy crochet install. Please no. And as you can see, I'm not really stressing about the braids being perfect, or the parts rather being perfect. I want my braids nice and neat, but because I'm doing my own hair, it's no way I'm gonna be able to get my parts perfect. And to be honest, it's not really worth trying. You wanna make sure they're as clean as possible because crooked, sketchy part create breakage. So you want to make sure they're as clean as possible, but it doesn't have to be super straight. And this style is relatively forgiving, so do not stress yourself out. Do the best that you can. And if you don't know how to braid, try flat twisting. I've seen people make it work. Now for the back, I'm going to go ahead and grab this braid and incorporate it into the second braid. Hopefully it makes sense when you see it. Alright, so now that we have our perimeter braid done, I'm gonna just braid the rest of my hair going straight back and grabbing the end of the previous braid and incorporating it like you would do for a sew-in or a basic wig braid down. Nothing too crazy at all. And I'm also not trying to make the braids super small. Like I said, this hairstyle is extremely forgiving, so let's not make it harder than it has to be. So these are our braids so far, and now I need to braid this section. All right, so I feel like you get the gist. I'm going to keep working my way over on this braiding pattern, and when I'm done, we can pop back in and actually get into the crochet install so I can show you guys this gorgeous hair. I'm so excited for today's texture. Y'all know I got a little heat damage going on, so I've been looking for the perfect texture to match my hair, and hopefully we found it, so BRB. All right, so I look crazy right now, but I'm on my last braid. Let me show you guys the back. So I'm gonna essentially just do the exact same thing with this last braid. I'm just gonna braid it all the way to the back, and then once I get back there, connect it to the rest of the braids. And I really like this braid pattern just because it makes the top really flat. The top and the edges of the install are super duper flat, and if there is any bulk, it's kind of put in the middle, which is fine because especially with curly hair, it's so much volume in that area you won't really notice it. So it tends to look really nice and natural, which I love. Right, I'm going to use a little bit of my Mielle Rosemary Mint leave-in conditioner just to apply a little bit to the ends. I want to braid my hair all the way to the bitter end, child. And adding a little bit of product makes it easier. I feel like braiding your hair all the way to the end keeps it nice and protected, moisturize those ends. And then I'm going to go in with the Mielle Rosemary Mint scalp and hair oil, and I'm going to just apply this right in between my braids. Not too much because I don't want it to be super heavy. I just want to give my scalp a little moisture. A little, nothing too crazy. I typically like to apply my hair oil before I start to style my hair, but because I had already went in with that coconut oil when I first washed it, I'm not too stressed about it. Now I just need to weave this braid through the back so I can have one nice stable foundation for our crochet install. So today's video is sponsored by My First Wig. They sent me a cute little package with their feather crochet hair. But let's get into this texture. So they sent me 200 grams of their 20-inch 3B3C curly feather crochet hair. All the details will be down below. I'm not gonna play you like that, girl. That's a lot to remember. Everything is down below, as well as any links, any coupon codes, all of that jazz. But this is the hair. And as you can see, it's super full. This is 200 grams, I believe, and it's a total of around 4 packs of hair. So it's nice and full, and the texture is beautiful. It's supposedly like a 3B3C texture. It's nice and full. It's a gorgeous dark brown, not quite black color, but it's really nice, consistent color. I love it, and I'm so excited to work with this hair. It's nice and full because I can barely close my little fingers around it. She's cute. So get into her. Very cute, and I love these little rings. Let me see if I can get into it. I love these little rings that the hair comes on. It makes it nice and easy to organize everything. 1 ring per braid or whatever you need to do. It just makes it really easy to keep track of how much hair you're putting where, because this hair is not cheap. So you want to spread it out and make sure that it's not super full on one side and thinner on the other side, and just keeping organized makes everything real tea. So this is the hair. I'm excited to work with her. And again, it's 20 inches, but because it's super curly, it's gonna give us nice big volume. I'm really excited. And of course, we're gonna get into a cute little cut today, so hold your mule. Now, it also came with 2 of these crochet needles, a comb, a cute little storage bag, and then it also came with a wig cap, but I'm not gonna use this today just because I don't really need to. So I'm excited. Let's go get started. First of all, let me see how many rings are on here because I can low-key use this, like I said, to keep organized. So we got 1, 2, 3, 16 rings on here. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 braids. So I think what I want to lean towards is 1 ring per braid, 1 ring for each braid in the back for the ponytail area. So we're already at 12, and then I should have about 4 left to fill in any blank spots and just use for overall fullness. Personally, if I'm gonna do a full head crochet install, I try to be a little cautious. So I tend to try to use only about 3/4 of the hair for the initial style, and then I save quite a bit of hair for the end to fill in any spots. If that doesn't make sense, we're about to get into it. So let's start with my first ring of hair, and this is she. It's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, about 10 pieces per ring. Let me take all of this hair off of here, and I will be back when it's time to actually crochet the hair in. I have my hair taken off the first ring, and I think I want to start by placing the hair right along the back where I want my ponytail, and then we can work from the back forward. All right, so I finished the first ring. Now we gotta go ahead and open the second. You just push it open, and then the hair will pretty much slide off. I don't know where that accent just came from, girl. The hair will pretty much just slide off from there. Well, it was. All right, there we go. I'm gonna go ahead and take this hair off, and then we can focus on that second braid from the back. I just want to not have to worry about that because, like I said, you want to have as much hair as possible so it's nice and full in the areas that your leave out are going to cover. You want it to be where your leave out is covering the feather crochet and blending in with the hair, but not necessarily covering up your braids. Ain't no amount of leave out gonna just cover up the braids, so keep that in mind. I like to really keep it full around the areas that are gonna come into contact with my leave out. That's just me though. I'm gonna go ahead and take the rest of this hair off this little loop, and then I will be back when we go ahead and work on the next braid. All right, we got the back ponytail area nice and filled in, and now we can go ahead and get into the easy part, which is essentially just crocheting the hair in, following each braid straight back. Nothing too crazy. Honestly, it should be relatively straightforward, and I will pop back in to keep you guys posted on how it's going. We are on our third little ring of hair, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm really impressed by how the hair is sitting. I almost feel like on the feather crochet hair, there's a small threaded area in the center, maybe like a cotton thread situation, and then the hair is attached on either side. Sometimes that cotton thread area in the center is a little too long, and it makes it to where the hair doesn't sit flush with the braid. It just dangles, leaving the braids exposed because it's not enough hair density at the base to cover it. I hope that makes sense. But with this hair, it almost seems like it's been upgraded in a way to where the little feather crochet area in the center is slightly shorter, so it's sitting really nice and flush with my hair, where it's like the extensions are coming directly out of the braid rather than it being more of the little thread and then the hair coming down here. It just takes a little bit more finessing to make that kind of hair work, but I'm pleasantly surprised by this brand. So I'm gonna keep working my way up the head, and I will pop back when I get a little bit further along, because it's a lot easier to show you guys towards the front than it is to show the back. So I'm gonna go ahead and crochet the hair in. Matter of fact, let's do the first one together. Why not? Right. So for the first one, I'm gonna go in slightly sideways, running kind of parallel to the braid and bringing it out in the front rather than on top or bottom. Then I'm going to crochet the hair onto the hook and pull just one side through. And once I pull it a little bit further and have that hair sitting, let me zoom you guys in so you can see. So I pulled it through, and now we got the hair sitting flush with the very front. Then you see there's more of the crochet, the little threaded area, and I'm just going to crochet the little back piece back somewhere. Grab this little piece. So now we have our front piece sitting nice and flush with the front, and this is going to give us a little extra coverage. So now that we got that in place, we can go ahead and crochet the rest of the hair like normal, going straight down the braid. So like that. And again, because this braid is going to be in contact with my leave out, packing the hair in a little closer than I would in the center. And to be honest, because I can't really see in the back, I'm pretty much just leaving a finger's width in between. And again, closer to the center, you can go for that 2 fingers width, an inch almost. But along the sides and along where, I done told y'all 50 million times, but please, child, listen to me. You really want to keep your hair nice and full where it's going to come into contact with leave out, please. So far, the coverage is really nice. I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to get to the end and not have enough. However, I have quite a few pieces left from that last ring. I have about 4 pieces left from the last ring, which I'm not mad at. Granted, the braids on the side are a lot shorter than the braids in the center, so we're gonna need that hair somewhere. I'm gonna start to work on the next braid, and I'm going from side to side, working my way towards the middle, so I can make sure that everything stays nice and even. You don't wanna go hard on this side, then come to find out you only got a little bit of hair left. Now this side's shiesty, okay? Let's work backwards and forwards to keep everything nice and even. So again, I'm going in horizontally, grabbing that hair, pulling 1 piece through so that it's sitting right in the front. Then I'm gonna go up into the braid, grab that piece of hair, and pull down. So now it's sitting exactly how we need it to. And I can go ahead and fill the rest in with the traditional crochet method. And crocheting more hair on top of this kind of holds that original piece into place. Grab both pieces and pull it through, it's up to you. I'm grabbing both because I feel like it's a little easier to take out. And like I said in the beginning, girl, this hair is not cheap and I want to be able to reuse it. Right. I officially finished with that 3rd ring, and now we can move on to the next one. And like I said, it's pretty simple, straightforward. I'm going to just keep going back and forth, doing 1 braid on this side, 1 braid on this side, 1 braid on this side, 1 braid on this side. I'm going to keep working my way through. I'm going to pop back in when I get a little closer to the top, and then we'll get into the styling, the cutting, the favorite parts, the finishing touches. BRB. Right, so I went ahead and crocheted most of the hair in. I'm on my very last ring. I just need to finish up this little part here around the part, and maybe a couple other little areas, but we'll see. I really do like this little technique as far as like pulling only 1 part through so that I can get this curl sitting nice and close to my leave out. I don't remember where I got the technique from, but if I remember, I will tag it down below because fire, love that. Ooh. In this little top area, I'm doing my best to crochet the hair in as close as possible because I want it nice and full around the part. I'm just going in and trying to fill this in as much as possible. And so far it's hella cute, super duper cute, but I have 1 more ring of hair left and I want to use it to really give me a nice solid base to blend my natural hair into. So I got a couple tricks up my sleeve. Let me go ahead and take this hair off the ring and then I will be right back. Okay, first things first, I want to go in and pack a little bit more hair on this side of the part. I feel like the other side is a little bit more full. So I'm gonna put 1 there and maybe 1 up in here. Okay, then I also want to pop 1 right along the front just to kind of fill in this area a little bit, especially right next to the part. Okay, then I want to fill in this area back here with the rest of the hair just so it looks nice and full. So I want to go ahead and add 1 crochet piece to the top of this braid and try to get it as close to my leave out as possible. And then crocheting directly into like base of my braid. I hope that you guys can see this through the base of the braid, not the actual braid itself. And this is gonna allow me to crochet all across this little row rather than just down the center. I wanna fill in these corners here to give me that extra fullness. and like everything blend in the back. So you can see this kind of fuller in this little section here, and I want to do the exact same thing over here so it blends really nicely all the way around. And it doesn't really take much, it's more about placement in each of these corners, and it makes a huge difference to me. Because everything look cute from far away, but you want your crochet to look really nice, and you want it to give like sew in even up close, right? So everything's looking nice and full. I love it. And I have like a couple pieces of crochet left. I pretty much used all of the hair. So now we can get into styling. My favorite part. All the hard stuff is done. But I do want to give the hair some shape. And also I want to define the curls so we can really like them in all their juicy glory. So let's get into that. And of course, the first step is to go ahead and wet her down. I'm actually gonna do a wet cut today. Wish me luck. We're gonna get into that in a second. But I'm gonna go ahead and fill up my water bottle with some warm water. I hate like wetting my hair down with cold water and it's like all over me. Ugh. Might throw in a long sleeve, a little t-shirt or something. I'm also gonna fill up my little water bottle and we will be RB so we can get into the styling, the cut, all the little cute fun stuff at the end. Trying to get serious. I need a little smock. I'm gonna throw my little t-shirt on because it is not time to be cute. It's time to get for real, okay? And I'm also gonna put my little towel around my shoulders. In my mind, it's helping, even though I know I'm finna still get soaked because my hair, I'm starting to think is like low porosity. So in order for my curls to pop on my natural hair, they gotta be drenched. Like I damn near have to co-wash my hair to get anything out of it, honey. I don't know if it is the heat damage or the porosity or what. Okay, something is afoot. Now, so let me get my little towel situation together. Yes, I'm about to put a scrunchie on the front to keep it together because I don't like being wet and dry at the same time. I either need to be in the tub or I need to be dry. I don't like all that foolishness. Now that we have our hair completely crocheted in, I can go ahead and take out my twist to kind of my leave out and we can blend it all together at once. But I kind of want to show you guys, hold on, let me take my little cape off, mind your business. Leave me alone. I want to show you what it looks like before I blend my leave out for the ponytail. So this is what it's giving. Nice solid install if I do say so myself, and the hair is super duper full. Let me show you the back. This is low-key coming out to be like best feather crochet install so far. I think it's just because I'm getting a little bit more comfortable with the hair. It was a little learning curve, but your girl is learning. Okay, we getting there. 1 second, let me get the hair products. Now, normally I like to go in with the Dew Mousse Def. Y'all know I have been obsessed with this, but I told y'all I was gonna try some new stuff. So, y'all know I love a little Garnier Fructis. I call it Garnier. Like Wanye, Garnier. Now, they sent me their Flexi Hold Curl Moisturizing Gel. Like so, like that. And then they also sent me their Curl Construct Mousse. Love that. And they also sent their Curl Air Dry Cream for 48 hours of frizz-free curls. So even though, okay, this is going so well, I want to kind of stick to what I know. Before we get into all the styling products and all that jazz, let's go ahead and wet her down so we can focus on the cut. Personally, curly hair, the cut is what really does it for me. And this is my natural hair here, and the extensions come down here. All right, at this point I'm stalling because I don't feel like getting wet, but let's just do it, okay? Let's do it. This is low-key a lot of hair. I'm probably gonna have to do this in sections, TBH. I'm really focused on wetting the hair through and detangling it so that we can get into the cut first. I'm not really focused on styling the curls yet. Because to me, styling the hair first and then cutting it is kind of counterintuitive. It just don't make no sense to me. Don't make a lick of sense. And being that we did crochet the hair in, this part takes a little love. You want to work your way from the bottom up to the root. All right, I got this side detangled. I'm gonna go ahead and get this side detangled so we can get into the cut. Right, so we got everything relatively moist, and now I'm gonna just comb it into a ponytail at the very top of my head so we can kind of almost like a straight across the top cut. And that should give us some really pretty layers that we can kind of work with. So, all right, so I have my ponytail in the hair. I got my ponytail in the hair, and I'm gonna also pull my natural hair out the back because I don't got time to cut my hair, child. So I'm gonna go ahead and pull my hair out. We got the extensions pulled straight up like so. And I don't want to cut off too much length. I'm just trying to create layers. So once the hair in the back starts coming out, that's how I know I'm cutting into the length. I'm gonna stop there. So I'm only gonna cut off this little bit. Off that little bit. Let's see what we got. Nice. Perfect. Exactly what I was going for. As you can see, it added some nice layers all the way around and kind of up the bottom, just a little. Now, I need to go ahead and take my top leave out down. I can have a reference for how short to make my layers up top. I know right now everything is a little all over the place, but it's gonna make sense. At least the blend is nice so far. Okay, I'm gonna part a section from the top of my head, from the crown of my head to my ear, and here we're gonna add a couple extra layers to kind of end my leave out. So as you can see, the natural layers from our cut are here. My hair is here, so I need to connect this point to this point. Like that. And then I also want to kind of continue that same line to match the hair in the back. So now we have a nice gradient of layers, and once my hair is the same texture and like defined, it'll all blend in together. Right now it's looking a little crazy though. Now that we have the cut finished, it's time to start defining these curls, starting with my natural hair in the back, because if you've ever had a sew-in with leave out in the back or crochet with leave out in the back, anything with leave out in the back, girl, that neck will turn on you, okay? That nape will forsake you, okay? Like I said, I'm going to go ahead and use the 3-step curl defining child structure situation, protocol, if you will, for the back, and we're gonna see how it does my curls. Now, like I was telling y'all earlier, my hair has to be sopping wet in order to behave, okay? Genuinely think it might be low porosity. I don't know, y'all. The internet in the natural hair community is always up to no good. Now, I don't know for certain. All I know is between heat training my hair and child, just the general texture, it takes a lot for the curls to pop. So hopefully these 3 things work. But first things first, I need to get her nice and drenched, or else she's gonna give nothing at all. And for my natural hair, I like to use one of the defining brushes that doesn't have the beads on the end. Something like this with the little beads at the tip is great for extensions because it kind of protects your extensions as you brush. This is a lot better for your natural hair because where the bristle connect to the bead tends to rip your natural hair out. So if you're trying to define your natural hair curls, I would go for something without the little beaded tip situations, but do what you will, child, show hair. So I have this section nice and moist. We can start to go in with the products. Starting off with this cream. I don't know how much to use, so I'm just taking a little quarter-sized amount and I'm gonna rake it through this section. Trying to make sure I get the roots really good because that's where my hair tends to not really get any definition. So I'm really trying to coat it from root to tip so that we can get a nice curl pattern that'll blend with these extensions really well. So far, I like the way it feels in my hair, and I am getting some clumps and definition, so I'm not mad at it. All right, the next step is the mousse. And again, I'm gonna just take a quarter-sized amount where it was a quarter of, oh, you know what? I'm gonna just have to charge that to the game. Let me get another little boot. It was a quarter size, but it expands a lot, so I'm putting this right on top of that same section where I applied the air dry cream. I'm going in with the Curl Construct mousse. Then to top it off, I'm gonna go in with the Flexi Hold Curls Gel. And I'm just taking a little bit and I'm just gonna run over this section, again, making sure that I hit the roots. and I'm not really raking it through. I'm kind of just sliding the product down, because when I rake through my hair, it kind of messes up the definition. So I'm just sliding this product on top of my hair and hoping for the best, honey. We're gonna see. So far, I'm not gonna lie, it looks a little promising. I'm not gonna scrunch or do anything else to it. I'm kind of gonna let it air dry and see how it performs, but so far, so good. I like what it's given. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then we can move to the new section. Okay, I got my curls in the back defined, and I'm kind of impressed so far. We'll see what it looks like when it dries, but so far, this is the most definition I've seen on my hair in years. I'm kind of shook. I ain't gonna give them too much yet though. We're gonna see what it looks like when it dries. Now, this next section of hair is mostly extensions, so I will just be using the mousse. So I'm splitting the extensions into 2 sections, trying to avoid my natural hair that we just defined. I'm just gonna wet it through one more time. I'm switching brushes back to my little extensions brush. This is my hair and I'm shook. I kind of want to do a full wash and go with these products now. Granted, we'll see what it looks like when it dries, but so far I'm kind of impressed. And they're not paying me, girl. They just sent me the stuff. I will tell you, I actually am super impressed. But I'm gonna go in with a little bit of that mousse, and I'm going to run this through the extensions and then brush it through to kind of let the curls clump up. And this is pretty standard practice, nothing too crazy. So far it's looking pretty though. I'm hoping that I don't have to do this too often. In a perfect world, these curls will last for like a week. I don't mind them getting a little fluffy and a little like volume and all of that stuff. That's cool, honey. As long as I don't have to do this whole process more than once a week, I'm cool. And because I can wear it in a ponytail, that'll definitely help me stretch it even further. Because the worst case scenario, girl, I would throw this thing in a bun and call it a day. Immediately, expeditiously. I gotta take this thing off, unfortunately. I can't move my arms and my little cape. It was keeping me dry for a second, but we're about to get into the thick of it. I went ahead and defined the curls on the extensions using just the mousse. And then I followed the same 3 steps along my edges in the front, including the cream, the mousse, and the gel, okay? I have to do that same 3-step routine on my leave out at the very top, so we can see the finished look wet, and then I'll come back once it's dry. Now for my leave out up top, I'm actually gonna do this in 3 sections. I want 1 section going straight back, and then I'm gonna do my middle part and do either side of the middle part in 2 sections. So starting off with the back, as you can see, she is nice and fluffy, and we need to get her defined. So taking like a little dime size amount of the curling cream, applying this to the section, liquid dollop of the mousse, and I'm applying it the same way, just kind of rubbing it over the hair and finger combing it just a bit. Then I'm gonna go in with a dime sized amount of that gel and top everything off. I'm a fan. So that's that. Now we just have to do the front. First, let me try to get this middle part hardened. That was not bad for a first try. I just gotta clean it up a little. That's as good as it's gonna get. All right, I went in with the cream, next the mousse, and lastly, the gel. And remember, make sure you get that good and in them roots, please. I'm talking to me, not y'all. And then I'm gonna let it naturally separate and give her a little scrunch, hopefully to activate some type of curl, because like I told y'all, I definitely have heat damage. So I'm praying she give me a little some type of curl, please. So far, so good. All right, so I went ahead and defined the curls at the top, well, the hair at the top. Hopefully it ends up being some type of curl. But I'm also gonna take this gel and kind of up my edges as well. I'm not going for like perfect baby hair down. I just want it to look nice and clean. So I'm just applying some of that gel and slicking everything back. And with whatever is left on my hands, I'm kind of rubbing that over the top, making sure everything ends up nice and sleek if possible. Cool. I'm drenched, my hands are drenched, but hey, here we are. I want to take my little edge brush, dip it in that gel just a little bit, and I gotta have my little 2 swoops. Nothing too crazy, but honey, I can't function without my 2 swoops. Sue me. Okay, 3. This is the hair wet. What do we think? Let me show you the back. Realistically, it's gonna take some hours to dry. I'm gonna give it some time. I'll pop back in later tonight, maybe tomorrow morning if it takes a little too long, because I really want to wait until it's 100% dry to show you guys. So wish me luck, and I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, it is definitely the next day. I wanted to let my hair settle in, really dry completely so we can get into the texture. And as expected, I am obsessed. I think the blend is amazing, but I really want y'all to get into it because I feel like on the videos, the girls be back here, somebody blend good. Now let's get into the tea, okay? I think the blend is gorgeous. I think if I'm like down the street, people are gonna give very much like your hair is pretty, not like where'd you get it from, if that makes sense to me. But I really want to hear what you think. Now, the layers came out gorgeous, super cute. You could give it like a little flip over moment if you really wanted to. A little flip side to side situation, cute. But y'all know what I want to see, and it is the bun. I cannot wait to see the bun. Let's get into it. The ponytail looks gorgeous. I cannot wait to go to yoga. It's gonna give very like your hair. It's gonna give super duper natural vibes. So for the styling, first I want to show y'all a half up, half down. So I'm just grabbing some hair up top, throw her in a little scrunchie, and we got a cute little half up, half down. It is so cute. Oh, update on the Garnier curly products. They defined my hair gorgeous. Like, this is my natural hair curls. My hair has not been this curly in its natural state. Y'all know I got heat damage. I don't know what kind of crack they put in there, but if you wear wash and go, I'm not a wash and go girl, so I don't feel like I deserve to be judging those kind of products. If you are a wash and go girl, try these products out and let me know if I'm tripping, because the definition is crazy. Like, where's my hair and where's the extensions? Like, dead ass. Like, I'm confused and I'm right here. Clock it. Okay, obsessed. Okay, we have our half up, half down. Let me pose so I can get a screenshot for the thumbnail. Let's see about the regular ponytail. Let's see if she gives. And if the ponytail gives, then the bun is gonna give. But if the ponytail don't give, the bun ain't gonna do nothing. Okay, we got our curly ponytail. Let's see the back. Ladies, gents, I'm not even gonna ask on this video. I ate down. I don't like to toot my own horn, but toot and beep. Like, hello. Okay, ponytail is cute. Let's go ahead and see about the bun. I got me an extra scrunchie. I'm gonna just pop it over it like this so we can get a loose little curly bun. This curl do not want to stay in place. I need her to just act right. Yep, I'm obsessed. This is my hair. It's growing out of my scalp. Yeah. Okay, we successfully did an install that looks perfectly blended. Ponytail, bun, middle part, flip over. She's perfect. So for my gym girlies with natural hair, find a texture that matches your natural hair texture, and the crochet is gym girly approved for sure. If you're looking for a cute protective style for the summer where you don't have to have any heat styling, this is the one. If you're a sew-in girl but you want a little bit more body, a little bit more movement, and hair that's a little bit more versatile, this is your girl, right? Okay, I hope that you guys really enjoyed today's video. Thank you again to my first wig for working with me, and I thoroughly enjoyed this hair, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, babes.